Hello and welcome to the that other Game Awards podcast. I'm user host Joyce Cornbrace, and I'm joined here by Tony Tonzadati, whose shoulder you may see in shot.
Specifically my shoulder. Luckily, we've discussed it. I don't think China has shoulder identification yet.
We are getting pretty close to Christmas. I think by the time we do the next podcast, won't it be Christmas Day? Actually,
if it was 2 weeks from now, yeah. It's 2 weeks exactly.
And we will be doing a 24-hour live stream on Christmas Day.
It is 6 weeks since my birthday as well. Exactly.
I'm also I've got the Gachi Christmas lights up here. I've put them up for the holiday season.
Can you show your Gachi tangerine or your Christmas tangerine?
I have a tangerine.
That's very Christmassy.
My cat was trying to knock it off the bloody table. I also have a Merry Cactusmas shirt on.
See, I have Halloween t-shirts, but you have Christmas t-shirts.
That's because you love Halloween and I love Christmas. Yeah. That's our thing.
That's how things work around here.
Anyway,
did you actually send a Twitter out?
No, I haven't sent a tweet out yet. I haven't sent that out. But so basically this week we're going to try and get through the news as quickly as possible, which will not happen. But we do want to talk about the announcements from the Game Awards. But I just have so much news that we haven't talked about yet that we need to get it, because I've got a massive backlog of stuff we haven't talked about, and I've got like more news that I've had to cut off and put on to next week.
Yeah,
and there's even more news coming out. So
I was gonna say I think I added some news to it technically, but I think it'd be best if I wait for mine next week anyway.
Yeah. Oh, Dave says we're competing with Colossus Crazy and H-Bomber Guy stream are both up, so better make it a good one.
I think we're also competing with Yogscast as well.
They're doing their Christmas one.
Yep, all month.
Oof. Anyway,
I think we're gonna get out competed by all of them, but just watch all the streams at once.
I've had to reset up the entire streaming setup because I reinstalled Windows because I got a new PC.
When you say something, you mean set up your entire computer?
Yeah.
Basically.
I basically got new parts for my PC, so much so Windows didn't recognize it, so I had to reinstall Windows, as is a common feature if you do like test benching PCs or you install like a brand new motherboard.
I think motherboard is one of the biggest. It's like it doesn't like especially because they don't seem to care too much about changing like what storage device you have for Windows anymore. It doesn't seem to be like a big thing. So I switched mine over like to a bigger SSD, and it's like it didn't care at all. So
anyway, shall we move on to what we've been playing?
Yes,
because I have been playing Tower Unite. I've been playing a lot of this actually. Oh God. So if you don't know or you are unaware, there was a very big Gary's mod custom game mode called Gmod Tower, and it was really popular. What you would do is you would play mini games like ball race or mini golf or something. I don't think they had mini golf actually. When I remember playing ball race in Gmod Tower, but there was a game mode where you picked up like a Rickroll gun and stuff like that. But they added some new game modes to this.
One? The hell is
one
that?
Person's the dragon, and then the other people play the knight, so you have to try and click the button on his back while not getting eaten. It's actually pretty good with lots of people. There's like a typing derby, which is like a typing race. But anyway, what was I saying? So basically what happens was they were like, well, we've kind of hit the limitation of Gary's mod.
Yeah.
We want to be able to do more, so we're just going to build our own game.
Because this was a mod for Gary's mod.
Yeah, I think it's Unreal Engine 4.
It looks like it with the shine things.
I'll look it up quickly. What engine does it run on? I think it's Unreal Engine 4.
Yeah, you were right.
Hello, can you see? Yeah, we can see you. He's got...
We've been known.
Me old chum.
No, this is a dabbing free
zone. This is a dabbing stream. There you go. I got Dave to install Francoface C just so I could add the gnome emote and gnome him in Twitch chat. That's how I got him. Got him.
I need to get myself.
Did you hear they did surgery on a grape?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, I took some screenshots. I just wanted to. I wanted to talk about this because I've been putting a lot of time into it.
Yeah, you've been playing it. Yeah.
This stream just got lit easy. Yeah, we go. So if you don't know, there's a film called Tiptoes. If you haven't watched the trailer, please watch the trailer for Tiptoes. It's the funniest thing ever, and the film is just as funny. Me and Dave sat down and we put on a projector and we both watched the entirety of Tiptoes.
Which I can't believe,
because Dave found the entire thing was on YouTube for some reason. So we sat and watched it. It's very fucking strange.
How long is it? Like
it's
2
like
hours?
an hour and a half or something.
Okay.
The thing is, like, the first half is really funny, and then the second half is like goes super downhill and is like really slow.
Oh, right.
It gets to a point where like they skip the most important parts of the film. I would say go over in like a couple of minutes. The birth and the wedding are over in like a couple of seconds of screen time.
On the trailer, it's like it's there for ages.
No, it's not.
It looks like the grand finale is the wedding.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So we thought watching the trailer Matthew McConaughey was Jewish. Turns out he was asked to have a Jewish wedding so that the woman's grandma could come and watch the wedding, but he wasn't actually Jewish. That was the thing.
Classic, really.
Peter Dinklage is terrible in this. I hate him in this film. This film makes me hate. He has the worst French accent I've ever seen. He's like, "We are so cute and so cuddly. So, I'm French."
So he's been in 2 roles that are awful. Then he's been in
What's his other role?
Destiny 1.
Oh, okay.
He got removed and replaced with Nolan North, right?
I don't know. Nolan North's a great voice actor. So.
Yeah, but Peter Dinklage is not a voice actor.
But I took some screenshots. Here's another one of Tiptoes. Where on the trike, they all ride around these weird trikes. One thing, when it got to like the second part of the film, the way I stayed entertained was I read the IMDb trivia for Tiptoes, and it's hilarious because people have like written their own little trivia for Tiptoes as like a meme, and it's fucking hilarious. Like one was like, Gary Oldman refused to eat any of the food catering and would only bring his famous moose soup and eat it. And he needed that for his role in a Lifetime performance in Tiptoes.
Didn't one of them just like, he had to cook for everyone, like he refused to get anyone else to cook for everyone. It's only his food. Yeah,
but I took a couple of screenshots. There's basically a spin to win machine, which is like how I've wasted most of my money. It's 500 credits for a spin, and it's the only way to obtain a couple of items, which is the bubble gun, which I spent ages. I think I spent maybe $100,000 getting it.
What does the cactus give you?
That's why it's just a cactus you can place down your place.
It's just a cactus. So that's where all those cacti came from, was because in your back yard.
In the garden of my apartment's full of cactuses.
Yeah. So I combined garden and yard and got guard, but in your back yard. Yeah. There's a ton of cacti by the sea.
There's like a ton of stuff to do in this. I think it's like it's constantly being developed. Like they have. I want to talk about Trello. If you don't know what Trello is, it's like a website where developers can use to keep you updated on things. I think Tower Unite uses it really well for development. The new Subnautica game is getting updates on Trello.
Is it like if you're not on Steam, you could potentially use it to like say push updates to people paying attention?
Basically, it's you know when games have a roadmap and they say we're going to do this. It's like a live roadmap. So it goes, we've done this on this and stuff like that.
That's really cool.
I'll get the Tower Unite Trello up just to show you.
Yeah, I've never actually seen that. So
it's really useful. I wish more game developers would use Trello because I really love Trello. I think it's a really good idea.
I think if more indies used it.
So basically, you go. This is active development. So you go.
This is what they're working on.
Community condos. So one thing at the moment that's kind of you can only edit your own condo, but they're working on the ability to like have multiple people edit a condo at the same time.
That'd be great.
One thing that they said's coming soon is they've almost finished fishing, so you can fish for
right.
stuff.
Well, Michael's gonna have to pick up this game then.
They've got an arcade built, but it hasn't got any like games and stuff in it yet. They're still working on finishing the arcade. So basically they're just showing you everything they're doing.
They've actually listed everything.
And I think
it's crazy.
Fortnite has a Trello as well, but because they're more of a finished game. This is an early access, but because Fortnite's in a more of a finished state, they use theirs for bug reports basically. So they show their top issues on Battle Royale, top issues on Create Mode, and they show how far along, what they've done on the bugs and how they're fixing.
They've also probably got more of a corporate set up with their company as well. They can't really display everything.
So basically what I'm saying, I wish more companies would use Trello because it's really fucking useful to see we
should use Trello.
What? You're not like a big game developer.
Where's the soundboard?
I'll make you a Trello so I can keep being like, right, where's this feature you promised me? I am Billy Harrington in most of these screenshots, as you can see by the Gachi lights. Still sad about his passing this year.
Be fair, like, a lot of people, I saw things like randomly just like told Biscuit, going, oh yeah, he's actually gone. Fuck.
Yeah.
Then I think I listened to some Gachi and I was like, oh, he's gone as well.
So you can actually play pianos, and they have like, it's like an online piano where you have like you use your keyboard to play it, and we were actually learning how to play some songs
like Tetris.
But we then were like all wanted to go on the piano. So Dave bought a drum kit, and I was like, well, I want to play on the drum kit. So we all had drum kits. We started drumming along to songs, like we were drumming along to Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. We had the right version. We were drumming along to like Seven Nation Army, just songs with like, or Rasputin by Boney M, which is in our next screenshot where we had it on public, so someone just joined our lobby and they started doing like the Russian dance along to Rasputin. We started playing like the Russian national anthem. And then Dave went heavy and I went some like army guy, and we all started doing the dance. There's like a big lobby where you can talk to people. It's a good way to meet people, but I would definitely say there's still quite a small player base. I think the best way to experience this is to grab a bunch of friends and then play with them all.
I'm not a big fan of playing randoms as it is, so I would only play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
But it does
there's some pretty like, it's kind of like Garry's Mod Tower or like Second Life or VR Chat.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that experience of it's a big open world where you can go if you want and just meet random people and have cool experiences like that. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then I'd recommend picking it up.
It doesn't have VR, does it?
No.
It looks like it would be great with VR.
At the moment it's £11, but I'm sure it will be on sale in the winter sale, which should be starting probably near the end of December.
I think it'll be next week normally.
Okay, so I played one more game this week, which I'll try and quickly go over. But basically, we played Duck Game. I've played Duck Game before. It's fantastic. It's a fun little game. Basically, what you do is you're all ducks, and you have to try and pick up weapons and kill each other. It's as simple as that.
I don't understand.
If you heard us talking about Stick Game the other week, Stick Game is a similar premise, but with sticks. So Duck Game's kind of like Stick Game, but with ducks.
So how does the ducks add anything to it? The mechanics?
Yeah, there's a lot of like different mechanics in it. Like you can put armor on, which lets you take extra shots. There's lots of different stages. I would say probably the most important thing is to pick a very defined hat so you know where you are.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to see because the graphic settings are on or off basically. There's no like resolution settings or anything. It's just a very simple, bare bones. I wouldn't say, but it's like
what? What's that game that they were like, we're going to put a slider in? I can't remember.
A slider?
On one of our Spotlight videos. What game was that?
The Skelly Attack.
That was it, yeah. Skelly Attack.
Yeah.
Putting slider in.
Yeah, so we did a Spotlight on Skelly Attack, if you haven't seen that. And the developer actually commented on the video and addressed some of the issues and said, it kind of talked about the whole game design as well, which is really cool. So we might revisit Skelly Attack when that comes out next year. So that would be cool.
When we do reviews, we'll review it.
We'll review the reviewer. Like
we'll do that
Digital Homicide did.
Yeah, I'll write a review and then you can review the review.
Okay, so we'll move on. Duck Game's really fucking cool.
My games.
Duck Game is part of the multiplayer pack.
Yeah, so you got this in the last sale,
it's called the Multiplayer Party Pack, which I picked up, which is really cool. It has... I'll just click on bundle info quick. So it's got Duck Game, which is really cool. Ultimate Chicken Horse, which is amazing. Stick Fight the Game, which is similar to this, but a bit different, which is really fun. I haven't played Move or Die. That looks really fun, and I haven't played Inversius yet, which looks like Go. If you know that game, where you have white and black circles and you turn them over.
More like challenge Go, like special maps.
Yeah,
but yeah,
okay.
It looks very Go like.
So what happened was Australians could no longer buy games on Steam because if you remember, we talked about in a previous podcast, developers were warned developers that if they don't update their currency to allow the Australian dollar, it wouldn't be available on Steam because they were adding the Australian. I think before they used dollars, maybe.
They just had it standardized. They just then converted it.
But they finally got the Australian dollar on the Australian store, and basically a bunch of games were missing from Steam because they didn't update their games to allow the Australian dollar.
They put it on. They put the minute the developer, like the person who actually uploaded it to Steam, had to deal with it. It wasn't Steam who then.
So they say in this
Valve
on this Kotaku article, Warhammer Vermintide 2, you could buy it for $14, but then when the support for Australian dollars was added, you were missing the ability to buy the game.
Yeah.
You just went to the page and you couldn't buy it. So there was like, a lot of prominent Indian large publishers missed the memo. Undertale, Return to the Obra Dinn, which is that weird kind of puzzle game that we looked at. Hellblade Sussuna, Night in the Woods, Tabletop Simulator, Dream Daddy, Age of Empires 2 HD, Don't Starve, Celeste, Factorio, and every Konami game, of course.
Good job, Konami.
Was unavailable for sale. So I think developers are going to have to, look at this and fix their currencies out of the Australian dollar. Okay, move on to the next one. Artifact came out. I actually put this news down before Artifact came out, but there was huge monetization issues for Artifact. The monetization greed we saw from Valve, they pulled back after huge community backlash. The base game cost $20, and then you would have to buy packs to get a competitive deck, and those packs could contain cards you already owned, and then you couldn't do anything with them. They rectified that because they were like, oh shit, people really hate this. So they kind of dialed back on the aggressive monetization this game has. They allow, I think it's still set up so you have to pay to to earn anything in this game, basically, like to pay to play most of the game modes. Basically, as soon as I heard oh, Valve's making a card game with some Magic the Gathering developers, and it's going to cost $20. That's cool. I'll pick that up and play it.
That's cool.
And then I saw all the egregious monetization, the broken promises on betas and stuff like that.
I mean, because you kind of expect from TCGs or CCGs to have some sort of packs involved, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But this was even worse though, even worse than Hearthstone.
The thing is, I would, if it was a CCG and you're going to charge me for packs, it needs to be free to play.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay $20 for the privilege of buying packs.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Unless you're doing an expansion thing, a DLC thing. I mean, you can do it
I've been burned by so many CCGs. I played Hearthstone for years, I played Magic for years, and it just got too expensive to a point where I started playing Magic the Gathering Arena, and then I stopped because I was I don't want to spend a bunch of money on this to stay competitive.
I just wish they tried to make every card they ever made somewhat competitive. Maybe not the meta or what's useful in the current meta, but at least a useful card, not cheaper cards being terrible.
Artifact came out on Steam and it had 60,000 people playing it, and then within a week it lost 60% of its player base.
Oh my god.
The peak was 60,000 and now it's gone down to around 8,000, 9,000 people. A lot of people have gone, hey, Valve's making a card game, let's play this. Oh, and now it's the hype's kind of died down.
The thing is that Magic
that is expected to happen.
Magic brought their own card game out, which is actually good.
Yeah.
So
Magic the Gathering Arena is really good.
Yeah, why would you not play that?
It's you remember those terrible Planeswalker games of Magic the Gathering Planeswalker 2012, 2013.
They were awful.
They were
they crashed all the time. They could barely load.
But then they took a page out of Hearthstone's book and was like, hey, we can kind of do this, but in the Magic way. And it was like, oh, this is really good.
I think they bothered to put some time into it. I think it took a couple of years to make it. So it's funny when you have time and effort.
Right, we've talked about two things and we've been rambling for 20 minutes. This isn't going to work. We got to move on.
Moving swiftly on.
THQ Nordic acquired Bugbear Entertainment and Coffee Stain Studios. If you don't know...
one does next card game, Wreckfest.
Yeah, Wreckfest and Flat Out. And Coffee Stain Studios does Goat Simulator, of course, their big famous one. Sanctum, the first-person tower defense game. Satisfactory, and they have the publishing rights to a game I'm watching to go on sale, which is Deep Rock Galactic, which is a co-op dwarf mining game. Where you
is that one?
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm thinking, where the hell does THQ get all this money to fucking buy all these titles and repurpose them? Turns out their net sales are up 1,403% to 140 million. They're making lots of money off these buying old titles
And
and then remastering them. Basically, is their business model. They haven't done so. The first game they published of their own is Darksiders 3, and I heard really mixed things, more leaning towards bad.
Yeah, Jim really hated it.
I think I'm going to really hate it because of the way I've heard it described, because they've tried to make it more of a Dark Souls game than a hack and slash game. Which is good for people who like Dark Souls games, but I really hate slow combat. I really like fast hack and slash games.
But is it though? Because they've already got Dark Souls.
Yeah, and there's already like 50 Dark Souls clones
and it's not a good Dark Souls clone.
I mean, if you enjoy that sort of thing, then good for you.
Go for a better one.
Okay, moving on. We're doing this quick. Path of Exile is releasing an expansion, Betrayal, and I thought it's hilarious that you fight something called the Immortals.
Oh, yeah.
And the expansion's called Betrayal, like they betrayed... Diablo Immortal betrayed...
Perfect timing.
Their fan base. Don't you guys have phones? So I'll just read some of the features.
I mean, to this day, it came out ages ago, but they're still adding stuff.
New masters, maps, unified hideouts, streamlined master crafting, new items, new skills, and more. I've never played PoE. I know it's free to play. So if you know what any of that features means, good for you. But
I will say, like back, was it like 2013 or something?
If you're looking for an ARPG, I would recommend going for this one. From what from all the positive stuff,
it looks so much better than it did when it first came out. It looks so good now. Before it looked good, but now it looks even better.
Okay, next one. This is a Tony topic. Stellaris Megacorps. New Megacorps expansion. Completely changes the game.
The patch changes the game. The free update completely changes all the economy and how planets work. And I have no idea how the game works now, Joe.
I never did.
Well, you definitely won't anymore.
You would like, it's kind of like Civ, and I was like, it's not anything like Civ.
It gives you the same
experience a new life of luxury at any of our 386.
It gives you the same buzz as Civ, in my opinion.
When you trying to be like the Federation from Star Trek inside Stellaris?
Oh, well, I was being the Borg before.
Oh, okay.
I wiped out half the galaxy. It's all good. Of course, I can't play that anymore because it's a different. Well, I can, but I have to backdate it.
And you said this was getting review bombed by the Chinese.
So
for some reason?
we meant, I think we either mentioned on here like a spotlight, and we like looked at Stellaris and like it had like mixed reviews. It got double review.
We were talking about Stellaris last podcast because you said it was your game of the year.
Yeah. But it got double review bomb before because an expansion came out and people didn't like. I don't know why they rebonded, to be honest, but it is what it is. But then like a lot of Chinese people were going, there's no Chinese language in this game, and so we're going to review bomb it. And normally people are like
China.
Normally people are like, or game developers are like, we need to put Chinese in it to make money, but like, Paradox are like, we don't need to do that.
Dave's asking if there's marble in Stellaris.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
There's minerals, but
I just noticed how my Gatchy lights kind of like they're going onto my actual Christmas lights.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We intended feature.
I've got a bunch of Christmas lights in my room because it is Christmas.
It is Christmas, yes. I was going to say that they've updated like the economy, so you have to instead before that you just mine minerals, you then make ships from it. Now you have to mine minerals and refine it. So it's like just a more complicated system now on like 4 planets and the whole economy system.
Hat in Time 2 is making a community-made curated items for upcoming DLC. So they're making a second DLC, and the second DLC
is not free.
The second DLC, but we don't know. They haven't said about pricing yet. But they are going to basically curate the best mods and put them into DLC pack, and probably they sell it, share the revenue with the people.
I've
and
seen royalties.
They basically said this will not take away from the workshop. Any mods that are in now, if you prefer to post your mods in the general workshop, you are still able to. Furthermore, if you have a mod that's already made public and would like to consider it, you will be able to submit it.
I think it's just a way to get revenue to some of these modders.
They basically said there's a reduced chance of inclusion in this program if your mod's already public.
Yeah.
Because they want to get new stuff put onto there, so they don't like take mods away from what's already available.
Which is a good move.
Basically, this is a cool way to pay modders, basically.
Yeah.
And feature the good modders on their DLC.
You can like as a developer you can curate it, and then as a modder you can get money for your creations. So
Command & Conquer's getting a 4K remaster. Command & Conquer and Command & Conquer Red Alert both are getting a 4K remaster through EA.
Didn't the other mobile game come out recently as well?
I remember people reacting to Red Alert Mobile and Jenna Bain saying, "Thank God TV's not here to see this."
Yeah, I remember that from the actual Me3, but I think it actually came out though.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about Command and Conquer.
Oh, okay.
But I just put this here because I thought people might be interested.
It's my main FMV game.
Mm.
Well, it was until Roundabout.
Roundabout's the best game ever. There's no competition there.
Red Alert 3 is really good for that, but yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's developer Ultimate Custom Night has confirmed a new AAA Five Nights at Freddy's game is coming. So, console ports, another game from the series, and an update about the movie/books. So if you're interested in Five Nights at Freddy's, there's a post on the general discussion of Ultimate Custom Night, the developer. So if you want to read that, go ahead. Basically, you remember when I said they're going to make a Harry Potter Go game where they're going to use Harry Potter, and it's going to be made by Niantic, the devs of Pokemon Go, and they're going to make a Harry Potter version, rumor? Yeah, that was correct. It's now called Harry Potter Wizards Unite.
I was going to say, I'll be honest with you, I vaguely remember that. I don't think I cared.
Okay. Basically, they're making Harry Potter Go. Also, apparently, they're going to make Warcraft Go.
Oh, I can't wait. They made Diablo Go as well.
Yeah, it's called Diablo Go Away. It's called Diablo Immortal.
Oh, right. They've already made it.
Civ 6 got an expansion, Gathering Storm, which will be available start of next year. It looks really cool. I've got a list of features to read here. The new system, they have a new system for named map features like rivers, mountains, ranges, volcanoes, etc.
Yeah.
They've talked about revamping the map generation to make continental plates make more sense in relation to mountains. What do you want to say?
I was going to say, hopefully, like all other Civ games before it, by the time the second expansion comes out, they'll actually have fixed the game as well as adding good features.
So they're adding semi-random disasters, which will be controlled by your difficulty level.
Yeah.
So you have like snowstorms, volcanoes, that sort of stuff going off. Disasters have a secondary positive effect as well on the land. For example, flooded rivers often happen in floodplains regions.
What does a volcano give you? Like new statues?
It might be like a wonder. I'm not sure. Like flooded plains gives you more fertility.
Yeah, I understand that. It would damage your stuff.
Volcanoes actually greatly increase fertility of the land after they go off.
Yeah, okay. It just destroys what's near it. That's kind of cool.
There's a new diplomacy system inspired by 5 and Beyond Earth, so you can gain favour through the game by being part of alliances, keeping promises, and being suzerain of city-states.
Yeah.
The World Congress sounds like it has 2 different types of sessions. Regular ones that occur every 30 turns and have resolutions based on the game era, and special ones where you can propose rule changes that impact other players. And then they're adding new civs as well. Lots of old civ has been reworked. England's new passive ability deals with production and resource acclamation. China and Zulu have some new stuff. I think Russia has a new perk to go with the disasters. So Russians now take no blizzard damage in their own land, and enemy units take increased blizzard damage.
That's a good idea.
So Russians are super buffed if they're near blizzards and stuff, kind of like how they are in the snow and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's really cool.
I don't understand the three or four different colours for civs as well. I don't know what the hell that's about.
Okay, I'll move on. Nintendo won a $12 million lawsuit against ROM sites run by a married couple. Welcome to Fuck Nintendo News. Nintendo sued a Love ROMs and Love Retro. The judgment from the Arizona court has resulted in the owners of the now defunct sites having to pay the Japanese developer $12.23 million in damage. This is a married couple who uploaded ROMs of Nintendo games online to preserve the game so future generations can enjoy them.
Because Nintendo was doing fuck all about it.
Except release them on 50 different virtual consoles that never work with each other. I have no idea how they think they're going to get $12 million from a married couple. They might garnish their wages somehow and take little bits and pieces, but don't know. I feel like this is more of a historical lawsuit where they're not going to get $12 million from this couple, but they are going to be like, hey, you have a ROM site, we'll fucking sue you, we're Nintendo.
I don't know how people can claim so much damages though. Like, I feel that's complete bullshit with all the court systems. Like,
usually they don't get the damages back.
No, I know, but the fact that you can claim that much money is ridiculous. Like, how do you prove that?
So, another Nintendo news: the Netflix bids farewell to the original Wii. Apparently, the Wii, up until very recently, up until January 30th, supported Netflix on the Wii. How does the Wii still support Netflix in 2018, but the Switch doesn't have the Netflix app on it? Like, what the hell is that backwards thinking from Nintendo? How does the Switch not have a Netflix app? It's basically a tablet. Like, what the fuck?
It's basically half as powerful as a PS4. It can handle
I read a comment on Reddit when this was posted, and someone said, my mum's going to be really upset. She watches Nintendo on her Wii. I'm going to have to get her, like, a fucking... one of those streaming sticks or something instead.
It's only like £10 now, those streaming sticks.
Depends if you get like a 4K one or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, like £30 then.
No, they're more expensive.
Are they?
I think a Fire Stick 4K is probably like, or a Google 4K is probably like 60 quid or something.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Do we play this video, Tony? This is the question.
Technically, we should be able to.
Technically.
Do we have more news?
So, Nintendo has been backing off copyright claims.
Yeah.
They've got rid of the Nintendo preferred partner system where you could apply to it, and they would allow you
to the kindness of their heart, they will allow you.
But you can now monetize your videos and channels using the monetization methods separately specified by Nintendo.
Or in terms of Jim Sterling, you can remove ads when your ad-free content when you use Nintendo content.
We encourage you to create videos that increase your creative input and commentary. So basically, they did this right before Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out in order to try and win favour with streamers and video creators to get them to stream and make videos on the game.
The game will die otherwise, really. In like today's climate of like fighting games and streaming.
You are only permitted to use Nintendo game content that has been officially released or from promotional materials officially released by Nintendo, such as product trailers or Nintendo Directs.
Thank God.
We should be able to show this trailer.
Do you want to try it?
If we get a copyright claim from Nintendo, then we'll go back to not showing.
We'll
Nintendo
go back
trailers.
to fuck you, Nintendo.
So this was shown at the Game Awards. This was the new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate character added to the roster of like 80 characters, I think, are in Ultimate.
Joker. The mission is go.
I've never played Persona 5, but this was a big game.
You mean you went alone?
This is Joker from Persona 5.
Went off by himself.
Never played Persona.
There's only one thing the Phantom Thieves of
It's a
Light
PS4
specialize
exclusive,
in.
I believe.
Yeah, but
To steal a treasure.
I've never seen anything about it. Or what even is it?
I have. It's like a
We're not
story
the
game.
ones sent to the
Okay.
card this time.
I know.
In fact, we've been invited.
It's like one of those Japanese story games where you make choices and stuff.
I'm already annoyed at it.
Really? Why? I remember
I
when
don't like it.
he got an invitation to Smash Bros.
We'll be going up against the best of the best.
There might be fighting in it, I don't know. But I remember with the thing, so it's funny, Persona 5 had a thing where they said you couldn't stream it and were copyright striking people.
Yeah,
We'll have to say.
because it was so heavily story based that. Wait, hang on. It's a fighting cry. You just shout Persona.
I've never
What?
played a Persona game, so I don't know.
I don't understand.
No one does. Right, we managed to get through the quick news, Tony. So we can actually move on
Quick news.
to the Game Awards. So I just want to start off by saying I was watching the Game Awards live and I was so surprised when the first thing I saw was Joseph Fares back on stage. I was sure they would have bodyguards ready to take Joseph Fares off stage if he ever tried to get him there. But the first thing they did was they let Joseph Fares back on the stage. I think they were like, even if he says something controversial, it'll probably get us more clicks. Like, I think that was a calculated move letting Joseph Fares back on stage. He kind of took control of what he was saying off Jeff was it Knightley?
I don't
I don't know
know.
how to pronounce his name, but he kind of just started talking. He's like, "Hey, I love games. I know what happened last game." And he didn't say "fuck the Oscars" or "fuck EA" this time. So he was kind of more of a PR than he was last time. So
It's still not on rails though.
So I got a bunch of trailers for for some games.
Which I'm not going to timestamp borrow.
Okay. So the first one I saw, which I was really interested in, was the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So this is the same game, but with new endings on consoles for 2019. It's also coming to PC as well.
Yeah.
They haven't. I was reading through the FAQs on their website. They have not said if original owners will get a copy, but they do. They have said they do want to make the Stanley Parable and the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition separate copies of the game.
This is the story of
they're
a
so
video
different.
game.
Yeah.
called
You
The
don't want to
Stanley Parable.
overwhelm
You know the
a
Stanley
game that you
Parable, of
liked
course.
before.
After all, it was the video game sensation of 2013. Don't you remember all those awards we were nominated for?
And this year's winner for Best Narrative is The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
I think the trailer was so hilarious.
The Last of Us.
Yes, it was thrilling to be so unanimously recognized by our peers. Which is why we've locked the game's source code away where it can never be touched by the greedy hand of capitalism. A pristine time capsule of perfect artistic integrity to be preserved for... Wait. What do you mean we never put the game on consoles? Of course we put it on consoles. We didn't. Excuse me a moment.
Well, this section was quite cool. Basically, the Game Awards this year had like it was more like E3 where they just had
Gotcha.
world
Stanley,
exclusive
I've
trailer.
got a
Well,
great
let's see who
idea.
plays it. They just
I
kept
want to
showing
write
games
new
and games and
endings
games.
new
Yeah.
content, new adventures for you.
Not
Won't
really
it be
Game Awards
fun?
anymore, is it?
It's an
Of
advertisement
course it will.
for
Yeah.
games.
Like
Which
all other
a lot of
award
people are
shows.
like, you shouldn't watch the Game Awards. An advertisement for
We'll
games. I was
package it
like,
up with the original
I like
game,
seeing what
and
games
we'll
are
put it
coming
on
out.
consoles.
Yeah, it just shouldn't be
Everyone
called
will
the Game
buy it
Awards
because they're
anymore.
fun.
But the thing is, they showed a trailer. They then quickly skipped over like 5 different awards. They were just like, and the winner is. They won this award. Okay, next trailer. They was
Yeah.
pretty much like that. If you want to know who won Game of the Year, it was God of War, which I think probably
Yeah,
was
that's
one of
fair.
the.
That's
Red
fair.
Dead Redemption won a lot of awards, but I feel like I don't think people
Spider-Man.
had like Spider-Man. I don't know if they won it. The big games for Game of the Year were God of War, Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption. Basically,
Yeah,
I think
fair.
that it'd be fair in saying those are probably 3 of people's favorite games.
They
this
should
year.
all win at the same time.
A lot of good games this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All from Sony. Well, powered by Sony.
Powered all games I cannot play unless I have a PS4,
Yeah.
which I don't. So we'll move on to the next one. Dead by Daylight, Darkless Among Us. They showed a trailer for the new DLC, which looks really cool. This actually just came out today. I will be talking about it next podcast. I will be talking about. We'll be playing Dead by Daylight, and I'll be playing the new Forest update, which came out yesterday.
Your anticipated Forest update.
Mhm. This is Legion. Basically, as Legion, you can play as 4 characters. Basically, the idea is it's a killer who controls 4 teenagers to do their bidding.
Right. Okay.
And there's
That's
a new snow map. First snow map.
The new Snowman.
It's also fat Keanu Reeves, who you don't see in the trailer. The new guy looks
What?
like a fat Keanu Reeves.
Really?
The new
Okay.
Survivor, yeah. They've also they've been doing back end changes. This patch they've updated their version of the Unreal Engine so they can add new lighting and new fog effects.
Oh.
They've done a bunch of balance
Important.
changes and cool stuff. And at the Game Awards, the big announcement they announced was they're getting dedicated servers in summer 2019, which is cool. At the moment, you connect to someone and they host the server, and if they
Yeah.
have high ping, then it's like not a great gaming experience. And I've been saying to my friend Dave, who I play this with very often, I was like, their other game, The Death Garden, that nobody plays, has like dedicated servers, but Dead by Daylight, their big game that lots of people love, doesn't. And I was like, why the hell doesn't this have dedicated servers? It will in 2019.
I guess it takes time to implement, I guess.
Yeah, they basically said that they had to change the entire infrastructure of the game to get the servers ready. So, and they didn't want to be like make the game unplayable while they were doing it. So they needed to like push it back so they could do it at the same time as pushing
Yeah.
out content. So that's why it's coming in summer 2019 and not sooner. So I understand that. I do love their interactivity with their community. They do a live stream every week where they talk about like they have like a roadmap sort of thing.
Do you know how big their team is? Or they never like disclose that?
I don't personally know. They're a French-Canadian team, I believe. I believe they're French, and I think they're based in Canada. I don't know if they're French-Canadian, but I think they are. So we'll move on to the next one. This is one of the big announcements for PS4. This is Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled reveal trailer. People have been asking for a Crash Racing remaster for a very long time.
Have they? Okay, I
Yes,
didn't realise
yeah,
that.
it's very much anticipated.
Fair enough. I mean, it looks great, but...
It looks like the Crash Bandicoot remaster, but with racing.
Yes.
Which I am getting for Christmas. I've asked
Nice.
for the Crash Racing, not Crash Racing, the Crash Remastered series, so I'll play that. And I'm also getting a Steam controller,
Yeah.
so I'll try those out. So they've said this will be coming out June 21st, 2019, and will be a PS4 exclusive. And my fingers are crossed. They're going to do the same thing as the original Crash trilogy,
Timed exclusive.
and release it on PC so it can compete with Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed for the best kart racing game on PC.
At the moment, it's unanimous. The only good one.
No, that's not true. There's Monster League, which just came out in early access.
Is it good?
I don't know.
Okay.
Good. There's Garfield Kart, which is terrible.
Yeah, I said good ones.
Smite has a kart racing game. TF2 has bumper karts on Halloween.
Right? It's still no
Nickelodeon's
Sonic All-Star
making a racing game with my main characters like Tommy Pickles and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you can't play it on PC.
Yeah,
so I'm pissed.
That's not. So as I said, unanimous.
We had. Oh, okay. Okay, so we got. So if you don't, Obsidian are now making a space RPG. Obsidian are the original people who worked on the original Fallouts and Fallout New Vegas, and they just got bought up by Microsoft Studios, which we talked about in an earlier podcast.
Did Knights of the Republic 2.
And they've just announced their new game, The Outer Worlds, which is a single-player sci-fi game.
Have they ever made a bad game?
But the funniest thing I find is the trailer on it says the game in the game is Fallout 4.
Classic.
I was watching this entire trailer as a big fuck you to Bethesda.
Yeah, basically.
Wondering what's going
I thought this kind of looked like Bioshock in the beginning.
Are you feeling anything that can be construed as explosive?
Rick and Morty.
No.
It's Pickle Rick.
Get started.
Kind of like Rockstar, Rick.
I was getting like Borderlands vibes.
Yeah. I'm getting like Bioshock and Borderlands vibes at the same time.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, the frontier of space.
It does look great.
At least it was
Yep.
until the corporations bought it, branded
It's
it,
like,
and started
hey,
selling it
we're
at
gonna make
ludicrously
a
inflated
cool
prices.
single player RPG, and we're the guys who made the good Fallouts. Fuck you, Bethesda.
I'd say so
Basically.
myself, but the
And then
boys got a bounty
I
on
guess
my
they've got
head.
lots of money now. Well,
Yeah, they got
That's why I
Microsoft Studios
thought you
money.
Yeah.
So.
You appear capable.
Look, I get it. Taking on the corporation has left us with two
I'd love to
choices,
see some
bad
gameplay. It looks
and
really cool.
worse. But you have to choose. And you have to choose now. You know you didn't have to shoot either one, right? But it's fine, I guess. You just keep being you.
This part is like from the original creators of Fallout. Developer for Fallout New Vegas. You remember the good ones? Kind of got No Man's Sky like a little bit. Just from the style of like some of the creatures.
From like the alien-looking forest and some of the space stuff. Yeah. And
And we'll be talking about No Man's Sky in a little bit.
It's like slightly Borderlands-y, like the characters, and then again Bioshock.
I wrote down this is coming out in 2019, so you will see this next year.
Yeah. Why not to break it? It's not Fallout 4.
PS4, Xbox One, and Steam. All major
Oh my
consoles. Next one. We got a weird teaser for Dragon Age.
World premiere.
World record.
BioWare isn't completely dead.
Yeah.
I know they're making Anthem, but it's not a BioWare game.
So Dragon Age: The Dread Wolf Rises is what kind of the tagline of this is what they showed.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
I need to see more.
I like Dragon Age.
I like Dragon Age a lot, but I need to see more. Like, its name alone isn't good enough for me to be excited anymore. That makes sense.
I've played the first Dragon Age.
Yeah, the second one was awful. Third one was I haven't played properly, but it was better than the second one. I'll say that much. But I don't know what it's about, so I need to see like Dragon Age Universe is only good when it does good elements. It's not just good standards.
Remember that stuff where you had to drink something in the beginning and then
it's Dawn of Origins. Yeah, you had to drink Darkspawn blood because you got infected.
Yeah.
And then whoever survives gets to be a Grey Warden to fight off the Darkspawn.
That was interesting.
Yeah, and the DLC expansion for that is you kill the dragon, but some of the horde become more sentient. It's interesting as well.
So I said we were going to talk about Hello Games. Hello Games is making another game that isn't No Man's Sky. It's called The Last Campfire. So let's try to play it, and it looks kind of interesting actually. I was surprised Hello Games is making another game. I thought they were like a one and done kind of studio. No. They were just gonna try and fix No Man's Sky for the rest of their time.
No.
But it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll wait until it releases, but yeah.
So this will come out 2019 on Steam.
They have a very good art studio. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I will say they need a better UI. I guess technicians or software engineers. But
yep.
That's what still sucks with No Man's Sky.
It's a very good looking game.
I feel like Pierre Money made this trailer himself. You know?
He doesn't make anything.
Not anymore.
He just has ideas. He makes ideas.
He sits in a boardroom just having ideas with his team.
Wouldn't
this be great?
A game that made itself. And that the users
and made money by
the
itself.
users who played it didn't change the world, but the world changed them.
And they made money for us.
Only available at 22 Can Studios.
On tablet.
Releasing exclusively on billboards, one scene at a time. You gotta love Pierre Money's madness.
Yeah. And I swear I'll never talk to the media ever again.
So it looks like a very artistically stylized game.
Yeah, it looks great, but as I said before, their art style has never been the bad point of what are they called? Hello Games.
Hello Games, yeah. I was just super surprised that they're making another game. So before we go on, I'd probably have to announce Epic Games is making its own store, and you'll be hearing Epic Games Store a lot because lots of people are releasing on the Epic Games Store. So one thing they're doing is the way Steam works is if you release a game on Steam, they take a 70% cut. You get a 70% cut, and Steam takes a 30% cut.
Yeah.
I almost fucked that up. But Steam takes a 30% cut, which means you get 70%, and then if you release Unreal Engine 4 on Steam, Unreal Engine takes a 5% cut for using the engine.
Yeah.
I assume Unity uses a similar model for royalties.
I would assume
but
so.
The big thing for the Epic Store is they're announcing that they're only taking a 12% cut, which gives developers an 88% cut of all the sales. And
it comes with the...
they're going to waive the 5% fee if you're using the Unreal Engine 4, which is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Because every game that comes out now is on Unity or Unreal Engine 4, basically. So there's a lot of Unreal Engine games out there. So this is going to be huge. And I know developers are all getting into this because...
especially AAA.
Everyone uses Unreal Engine, and Epic Games makes Fortnite the most popular game in the world. They have one of the most popular engines in the world, and the most popular game in the world.
And AAAs were always like, we want to make our own system so we get all the money.
They have a huge infrastructure and they have a huge audience.
Yep.
So this seems like a bit like I think we laugh at the Discord store. And I think it's fair to laugh at the Discord store, but I think the Epic Games Store is an actual real competitor.
Well, this is actually like an actual thing. Like, we're not going to take some money from. We're going to take less money from you to compete with Steam. And even AAAs be like, "Ooh, that's interesting."
They're sweetening the deal at the moment. I think they're going to start releasing free games every 2 weeks. So the first 2 games they're releasing for free are Super Meat Boy and Subnautica. to be able to pick those up for free, which are 2 really cool games, and they're going to keep doing that to get people to use the Epic Games Store.
Makes sense.
Seems cool.
You're going to do a Valve.
They're doing like exclusives on the Epic Games Store for a couple of games that we'll talk about. So I think the next game we'll talk about is Pathless. So this is an Epic Games Store exclusive and a PS4 exclusive for 2019. And it's made by the people who made Abzu. So it's a very stylized, artistic game.
Abzu?
It's the underwater one. They're kind of like Journey.
Oh, yes. Yep. I remember.
This looks like it might have kind of combat in it. It seems like you are an archer in this one.
Well, you got a bow.
Where Abzu was more of an exploration game, this
yeah.
looks a little bit more actiony.
I would assume it's still his mostly exploring though.
Yeah.
America.
Giant Squid Games.
Great name.
Yeah. I always thought Abzu was made by the people who made Journey, but it's different people. So they look similar.
Just heavily inspired, I guess. Imagine like a Journey like combined with
It looks cool.
Colossus. What's it called? Like
Shadow of the Colossus.
It's a little bit. Just from like one attacking that one creature, I saw him like.
But they made that new game, The Last Guardian. The Shadow of the Colossus people.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the giant dog.
Yes, yeah, the dog bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. So you, with China with an America on your shoulder.
Sure, if that's
That's
how
what
you want to
that's
put it.
how I'm interpreting this trailer.
Someone said this is
Looks beautiful, though.
absolutely fantastic in every sense of the word. Move on to the next one, which Dave was watching earlier, and I said, we're going to talk about it in the podcast. He said, no, you just talk over it. I want to see Psychonauts 2 myself.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair criticism. But be fair,
I want to tell you about a boy.
Ooh, is it me?
Please save your questions to the end, Rasputin.
Okay.
He was a uniquely talented acrobat, but also
You played
a
Psychonauts
gifted
1.
psychic.
no, but I did
Forget my
watch
canoeing
a
badge.
playthrough of
I
it.
started to play it, and then I
It's a
didn't
bit
finish
clunky,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Somebody messed up and let him into the
It's an old
Psychonauts.
game, right?
It's a bit hard to get running on newer systems.
Yeah.
This 10-year-old circus runaway was somehow allowed to join an international group of psychic super spies. And now he's headed to our main headquarters.
That's a groovy
right
plan.
into the Mother Lobe.
The lobe.
You guys really like
Yeah.
puns.
But he better wise up.
I like puns.
This is no summer camp. The Mother Lobe has its own way of doing things. Its own way of protecting itself from outsiders. Its fair share of dangerous, hidden secrets. If they ever got out, things would never be the same again for the Psychonauts. For your friends. For your family. For you. Listen, Rasputin. There are vaults that should never be opened. Not all minds
But
are
then
safe
mind
to
vaults.
read. Some
Yeah,
brains are
it's
better
kind of like a
off.
puzzle game where you have
Yeah.
to go in like people's minds and
Don't
fix their
I won't
problems,
do
sort of thing.
anything crazy.
With like platforming in it.
3D puzzle. Yeah, so it's like a Ratchet and Clank without the
He
gun.
literally like grinds on stuff. in the
Yeah.
trailer.
Whatever you do,
Yeah.
just leave me out of it. Ooh, is that honey pepper boar bacon?
So the first game's weird, but this looks even weirder.
It's a Tim Schafer game.
Yeah.
And we must
Fig.
talk about how Tim Schafer was on the board of directors for
He basically owns Fig.
He was on the board of directors for Fig, a kickstarting website that he was using to kickstart his own game.
Which doesn't have any,
So there's not a lot of transparency there.
with no refund policy.
Yeah. But it seems like Psychonauts 2 is coming somewhere, so
It looks great.
I'll have to wait until we see some gameplay. And we'll move on to the next game, which was Mortal Kombat 11. There's a new Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, I'm not.
Seems like it'll be like another Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I mean,
Someone said Shaggy for DLC.
What? Who?
One thing I thought was really cool about the trailer is it's called Does it have a subtitle?
The hell is this?
Rap music. That's what the kids like.
Sounds
Sounds like 21 Savage.
Are we gonna get a flag for this?
I hope. Oh, it is 21 Savage. 21. He does that thing every song. He's like 21. Yeah, in my bank account.
I'm
21,
not feeling
21.
the complete edition. Fantastic. Number 10, shit, or X. Sorry.
But the thing I really like about the trailers is they just seem like they keep coming back to life and just eternally killing each other. I think if they can do that in a more of a thematic, stylized thing where the characters reflect that would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But that's been the theme for the whole series.
They say when you complete the game, you unlock 21 Savage. That would be pretty cool if 21 Savage was a fighter.
That would be
They
nice.
do have crazy fighters in these Mortal Kombat games.
Yeah,
I think
do.
fucking Freddy Krueger was in one of these fighting games.
Yeah, they like most fighting games, they get like a big.
They got a massive roster of
like
Smash Bros and they had an entire game where it's like DC versus Mortal Kombat, I think was it.
Yeah, something like that.
But then they made Injustice and they're like, well, we don't need to license out our characters anymore. Let's make our own game.
Yeah. Shame, really. I like the cross universes.
Next we have Hades, which, as I explained earlier, is another Epic Games Store exclusive. It's out right now in early access on the Epic Games Store. It's from the creators of Bastion and Transistor.
Yep.
2 good games.
Well, you're not a big fan of Bastion.
The thing with me with Bastion is I think it's a great looking game.
Great story.
I didn't like the combat that much.
That's fair.
I didn't like the story either.
Really? I really like the story. It's pretty interesting. I like the narrative.
I felt that the game got a lot better as the game went on.
Yeah, for sure.
But then by that point there wasn't much of the game left. So I wish it was better at the beginning and then continued.
My domain, whether alive or dead.
I like his mustache there. Look at that.
You wish to
Is
learn
that
the hard
Zeus?
way.
Not Hades.
Then go.
Hades?
Well, we're in hell. He's got his Cerberus.
Cerberus, yeah.
And he's talking about his domain and can't escape. Zeus wouldn't say that.
Yeah, he would.
It is beautiful.
It's I think it's £17 in early access on the Epic Store. It looks really cool from what I've seen, and it's a roguelite.
So it looks more Bastion sort of.
See, look, there's Zeus there.
Yeah, I think he's one that gives you upgrades.
Oh, okay.
But isn't Hades like Zeus's brother?
I think they're all related to each other, and they
Yeah, but I think
they trick the Titans, who are their parents, and then they killed each other and stuff like that. There's a lot of death and tragedy and betrayal and the Greek.
it's a little bit like episode 3 of Star Wars, isn't it? Darth
Sure,
Plagueis,
you could
the
say
Wise.
Greek mythology is kind of like episode 3 of Star Wars.
Specifically episode 3.
Sure.
No, you don't agree?
Is your only
The
family.
Flame Legion, not the Flame Legion. What's the
And
Revenge of the Sith. What?
No, I'm talking about World of Warcraft, but the Green Fire.
Oh, the Burning Legion.
Burning Legion, that's it. Flame Legion's from Guild Wars. They're kind of boring, but
A lot of the artwork it's kind of like that 2D Greek artwork reminds me of Hercules.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Now you mention it.
Looks really cool. I love roguelike games, so a game where you can just go in, kill a bunch of stuff, get upgrades, and then go back in.
So it
Looks
reminds
really
me
cool.
of a mix between Bastion and Transistor, like art style of Transistor, but in hell, and flying style of Bastion.
Move on. Another Epic Games announcement. Journey is coming to PC exclusively on the Epic Games Store. It's now on the Epic Store now. Is coming soon. So we don't know when. I have played Journey on PS3.
Did you like it?
No.
Oh, okay. I played
because it has no gameplay.
That's fine. I'm okay with that, but
It's like light platforming, kinda.
yeah,
And it's about 2 hours long.
it's just kind of just like surfing with.
It might not
platforming-ish.
even be that long. It's a very
no.
short experience game.
Well, I remember,
You
it's
know,
like
like
an hour
VR
and a
games where
half.
you have games and you have experiences. This is an experience.
It's more of an experience than a game, but I'm okay with that.
But I just kind of found myself being bored.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you know fucking CSGO is a battle royale and I can't even talk about it because we don't have enough time.
Recommended for you. Doesn't it have
Yeah.
like a Portal 3 Easter egg as well?
CSGO's now free to play and it's a fucking battle royale. That's
And
crazy.
And it's got a Portal Easter egg.
Yeah,
But
it
it does
does.
to do with
And
Portal 3.
someone sent an email to Gabe saying, "Is this mean Portal's coming back?" And he was
said,
like,
"No,
"Nope,
it's just
an
an Easter egg."
nope."
Just Gabe Newell.
Hi, I'm Gabe Newell. This is the commentary track for Team Fortress 2. Have fun.
Email me at Gabe Newell at valsoftporn.com.
His son is called Grey Newell, which really confuses me. And he's also making a game.
His game is great. I like.
It seemed, from what I've seen of it, it seems way too
Pie in the
ambitious.
Well, I'll see, but he is scaling it though. But I feel like if he gets tons
Gabe
of money,
Newell's son's making No Man's Sky 2.
yeah, I feel like he's going to do a Kickstarter problem where he's going to scale too high. But we'll see what happens. We'll see.
Okay, so another Epic Games exclusive. Ashen, which is also coming to Xbox One.
World premiere.
World exclusive.
Isn't that like on E3 though? It's like world premiere.
Yeah, they always say that.
It's like, that's so annoying. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I like the. I don't know.
So it's the same people who are doing The Pathless as well.
Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it.
I think it's basically a Dark Souls game, I think.
Yeah, but
Better stylized.
just a lot of walking in the trailer, you know. I do like the art style a lot, especially when there's actual buildings.
I like the look of the game a lot, but I would
Yeah.
have to see like.
I'm a bit concerned
How
they're
the
not
game
showing a
works.
lot of combat.
So it looks Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Like it's very slow, methodical combat, which I hate.
I'm okay with
Like
that.
I found like
but
I hate slow things. Like
I'm
I'm
okay
much-
with slow.
like it's like when it comes to battle royales, I can't stand slow ones. I need ones
Yeah.
where it's like action, or like I can't stand Dark Souls. It's like slow, methodical, hit here, dodge here.
Yeah,
I need like hack and slash, roll.
I'm
attack,
okay with that,
attack,
but there
attack,
needs
attack.
to be
I
variety
need like
in the slowness.
I need like fucking ADD games where you're just doing something constantly to keep my attention span ready.
Low attention span.
Yeah, I have a
Okay.
low attention span.
I see. I think I have a lot of patience for stuff, so I'm okay with slow, methodical. I'm like What the fuck is his name?
So this is
Mike from,
available. This is
Back
available
Music.
now on the Epic Games Store and Xbox One. I guess I can look up gameplay for Ashen because it's out now. So
Out now. 22 minutes.
this is GameSpot. So I can show this. We're almost wrapped up.
We're on time. We're on schedule. We're not PM on We're not on rails.
We're not on route. It seems like a lot of story, but this is the tutorial.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
the start, so yeah.
We're not on rails. Yeah, it does seem very slow
Yeah.
combat. With an energy, yeah, there's the energy bar. That's what I don't want. Okay. So maybe a game that looks good for some people, but I'm probably not gonna
It just
pick
seems
up.
like a subpar mechanics to Dark Souls, though. So.
We'll move on to the second last game, which is Far Cry New Dawn. This is a direct sequel to Far Cry 5. Spoiler alert, at the end of Far Cry 5, close your
Everyone
ears
dies.
now, if you don't want to know,
Nukes.
the world gets nuked. Basically, I was like, because the guy on the Game Awards came on stage, he's like, "Bonjour, I'm from Ubisoft Montreal."
Multicultural.
I think he was French at least. I always assume people from Ubisoft are French because they usually are.
Some of them are Belgium, though, aren't they?
I don't know. Hello, I'm Peter Dinklage, and I'm French,
No,
and I'm here to announce my new game.
Peter
Far Cry.
Dinklage's accent was worse than that.
It was worse than my French
Yeah.
accent. So, bonjour, New Dawn,
To be fair,
Far Cry 5.
he was trying to be a drunk French, to be fair, though, on him.
But he's not even drunk some of the time, and it's still pretty
He's still
awful.
being drunk, yeah. I don't know.
And he's such an unlikable character throughout the entire film.
What can I say? Was not a role of a lifetime.
Not for Peter Dinklage, no.
Not for Peter, more than you either.
So basically when I saw it, I was like, oh, Far Cry is going to do Fallout.
But
But it
better.
kind of looks like...
More towers.
no, it looks like Rage 2. We also got a new trailer for Rage 2 at the show, but I didn't... I
It
don't think
does look like Rage 2, but the same colour
I
palette.
didn't think there
What
was
the
much
hell?
point showing off trailers of stuff we've already kind of talked about, unless it was like major
Yeah.
gameplay updates and stuff like
They're
that.
just more teasers from.
I have picked out stuff from the Game Awards, so if you want to go back and look at all the trailers, feel free to. But
it's
I
Ubisoft North Africa, Joe.
Oh, okay.
So it's not French.
And the world went to shit.
This is just the NA trailer.
Said
So.
it was
North
supposed
Africa
to be
trailer.
the
Yeah.
end
Interesting.
of everything. But for us,
They're using road signs as part of their like wind turbine.
Ubisoft Montreal production. They are French.
Damn it! They're always French.
Bonjour.
the world had a lot to give, and we took it all.
Okay, for anyone who
That's
ever
how
watches
it
this, I
came
want
out
to point out
of
this: we don't actually hate the French.
That's
It's
how
just
we
in
got
jest.
here.
You
That's
might
how we
not.
found you.
I think a lot of people misunderstand the English-French hating each other meme.
Mean. Why was it going my Swedish friends going? Do you really hate French people?
It's no, we don't hate French people. Some French people we hate, but I hate some English people as well. So
The only currency left in this world is
bullets.
power.
Oh,
We're gonna take everything from you. Starting
just
with
like
your
all the
own.
other Far Cry games.
And if we can't
They're trying to make a big villain who's like Vaz, but they never can get Vaz again.
Yeah, and they're going to take everything away from you. You have to build your way back up.
But now they've got two of them. 'Cause they're twins. Ooh.
Yeah, they need to get a new villain type.
Hey, I'm crazy and I like killing people.
Yeah, and we're gonna get rid of everything you love, and then force you to make some hard decisions in the story.
Because I think they also bring back the guy from the previous one at the end of the trailer. Yeah.
Oh, is he a bad guy as well?
He's the Christian guy.
I thought that it would be glorious. I was wrong.
So they also bring back the Church Baptist guy.
Yeah.
Because he was like trying to blow up the world to like start again, and then he was like, "Oh, the Fallout will all be great," and then it's like, "Oh no, Fallout 76 sucks. This Fallout shit.
Yeah, why did
this Fallout game shit.
Why did I pre-order Fallout 76? Oh no.
He thought Fallout was going to be great, but it turned out it was shit. And they'll leak your fucking address and email it to other people.
Yeah, all I wanted was a canvas bag.
No, it was too expensive to make.
So they got leaked data instead.
Okay, this is our final trailer before we end the podcast. I think we're coming up to time.
We still have 20 minutes. It's fine.
We got this is from Ark Survival Evolved. They've made a pirate game.
Yes,
called
that's in
Atlas,
this year.
and it's not just an Ark game. It's a massively multiplayer first-person pirate game. It's a pirate MMO.
MMFO.
They're going to make a map that's going to house 40.
Hang on. They call it.
What? Atlas.
No, I'm trying to get the acronym. The MF Pirate Adventure. It's MF.
Okay. It's so there's going to be up to 40,000 people all on one map, and it's gone into early access now. It was 13th of December, but at the time we're recording this, it is now what, the 14th of December?
What, today?
Yeah, I think it's the 14th.
It's the 11th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. This game
I can double check.
This game is not out yet as of. Watch this in.
Yeah, it's the 11th.
Watch this in 3 days. This video.
I
everything I said will make sense.
I knew it's exactly 2 weeks to December to Christmas. I don't know why I had to double check it.
This kind of looks fun, but I feel like.
So did Ark though.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be grindy as hell. I reckon.
It's gonna be buggy as hell.
Yeah.
They want 40,000 people on one
Did they
map.
ever even finish Ark?
No, I don't think so. From everything
What
I've
the
seen.
hell?
It looks okay. It looks like an okay-ish early access game.
It looks better than a Sea of Thieves. It actually has content in it.
I mean,
I know what
most
to
things
do.
are in Sea of Thieves.
Like, Sea of Thieves just had art style, and that was it.
Tony, it's a pirate MMO. I still think if someone did a pirate MMO right, that could be cool.
I think if they do a pirate game right, it'd be cool, but no one's done a good pirate game.
It's an Unreal Engine 4, but it's on Steam.
The way Nvidia
Checkmate.
it was meant to be played.
Checkmate Epic Store. I guess they'd already got like a partnership with Steam before they announced it.
Checkmate Atheist.
Because the Epic Store is pretty soon thing.
Yeah, I feel like Epic was like trying to find people to like promote, and they didn't call an Ark Survival.
Dave's asking, I think he's asking, do you play as the Far Cry 5 villain? I have no idea.
No, probably new character for the looks of it.
You create your own character. Oh no, you don't create your own character in Far Cry, do you?
No, I don't. Well, maybe 5 you do, but I don't. Not normally.
From what I've seen of 3, you play a set
Yeah,
character.
for 3, 4.
4's in the Himalayas.
Yeah,
5 is
Primal,
in somewhere in America.
Blood Dragon, and all the other ones I've actually seen. You don't make a character. You have like a set character with like set interactions in the story.
I'll check. Okay, so in a couple of days we'll be able to see how broken this game is, and we'll talk about it some more.
Do you think they actually have 40,000 people?
No.
No?
Apparently the map size is going to be like an Ark map times 1 million.
The thing is, like, Ark was really popular before, like, Fortnite, basically, and PUBG.
Right. They've been paying a bunch of streamers to stream Ark at the moment, trying to promote it.
Didn't I say the 19th? 7 days.
Oh, they must have moved it.
Yeah.
As of time of the Game Awards, they said the 13th, but it appears they've moved it to the 19th of December. Sorry about that. Good correction, Tony.
But I think maybe it might be giving it to the 13th to like streamers or something, though.
Oh, right. So, how do you think they're doing it?
Maybe. That's pure speculation based on no information whatsoever.
So they're saying over 700 unique land masses across 45,000 square kilometers.
Yeah, but bigger isn't better.
True. Very true.
It's the content that matters.
But it's
and that's not from personal experience, before anyone asks.
They had a way to sum it up for like Ark players to say, this is how big an Ark map is, and then it's going to be...
Even bigger!
Even bigger!
I don't care. Size is meaningless in map size these days, just because how big map we've already got.
Well, they downsized the fuck out of the Division one, and there was nothing in it either. So.
But something like No Man's Sky, I wish it was smaller, but with more content. So size is irrelevant. It's how good.
With GTA, I wish there was more content in it as well.
Yeah, all that matters is how much content's actually in it.
We've got a great tweet from Peter Molydeux.
Right, hang on, I need to get the
Peter Molydeux tweet.
The timestamp we all want.
To the tech art... Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Peter Molyneux.
Peter Molyneux.
To the tech artist who's worked multiple late nights on the snow deformation technology, know that you've brought much joy to the world. And he's drawn himself a beautiful nose there. That's a couple of eyeballs and a nose.
I think it's a rocket ship.
He's drawn a beautiful rocket ship. I think
it's Elon Musk Falcon Heavy.
Yep. That is a heavy Falcon.
Yeah, it's a very heavy Falcon. A heavy load.
Yeah. So that is the end of the podcast. We'll move on to the outro screen.
Moving on to
next week, I'm sure I'll be talking about the Forest update, Dead by Daylight update, loads of other stuff probably. Anything you are going to play?
I'll probably be playing Stellaris.
Okay.
So I need to relearn the game.
Tony, you're going to be talking about the new Stellaris expansion. Have you got the DLC?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it.
Okay. So we'll probably be talking about that next week. You can check us out at And Everything In Between podcast on YouTube, twitch.tv/Scorned if you want to watch it live.
Yep.
At Scorned2000, I will post when we are going live on Twitter and updates, and I'll post VODs and stuff on there if you want to follow me there. That is the end of the podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.